What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I thank you for joining me for another exciting video here on the channel, and one that you probably weren't expecting. You see, everything both in the sports world and in the real world has been a little bit crazy recently, and because of that, I'm bringing you probably my biggest video yet, and you'll see why in a sec, as I've had a very busy last couple weeks. You see, thanks to my broadcasting schedule, my season ticket holder membership as a UMass Lowell hockey fan, and with the Patriots playing the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, I had a lot of content that I was sort of piling up recently. So I figured, why not give it to you guys all at once in this video, as I will take you into a week in the life of the Game Time Voice Mike Walsh. We're going to start this past Friday at the Songus Center when I got a chance to go back with my dad to see another UMass Lowell hockey game and see something I hadn't seen since November of last year. Yeah, I know. Me too. I couldn't believe it either. That's right. The Riverhawks won a game at home for just the third time this season and the first time since November when they beat Providence. I was ecstatic, I was elated, and everything in between as the Riverhawks finally ending a major skid at home. But then realizing the next day we were going to get a little bit of a snowstorm and not remembering until that night that I had signed up to drive all the way to Westfield, Massachusetts to broadcast the Malden Catholic girls hockey team against the Pope Francis Prep girls hockey team all the way out west in Massachusetts. Now I know it's not my best decision, but everything worked out, and now allow me to take you through the highlights of that game.
Might be a little cold outside, but the girls' hockey season is heating up. And welcome to Amelia Park Arena here in Westfield, Massachusetts for today's MIA Girls Division I hockey matchup between the visiting Lancers of Malden Catholic High School and the home team, the Pope Francis Cardinals. Mike Walsh on commentary, joined as always by Kevin Booth on production. We thank you for joining us here on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group. Both these teams come in exactly the same, both 6-8-1. The Lancers come in number 13 in the Division I power rankings. The Cardinals come in number 23. Price has got Abby Poole in the middle. Finds her, nice pass, but Poole could have corralled the puck. Now this one in the middle. Now a shot and a score! Gianna Puccio puts the Lancers up 1-0 on a gorgeous feed from Abby Poole. Face off, chipped up the wall by Nemma Stone. Had it in the skates of Avery White, and now here comes Addie Murray with it. Murray cuts in the middle, shot to score! Addie Murray on a beautiful individual effort has knotted this game at 1. Controlled by Abby Poole. Up for Avery White. White backhands it out in front. Mastone saved by Savage at the buzzer. And this one will end in a 1-1 tie that did not lack excitement. And with 2 goal scorers, it's kind of crazy to say this, but we'd be crazy not to. Our Yowie Patrol player of the game, presented by Yowie, with 31 saves on 32 shots, is number 40, Avery Savage for Pope Francis. She kept the Cardinals in this game and kept it from being 2, maybe 3-1. She played outstanding. We will say goodnight. I want to thank Kevin Booth for all his work on production. I want to thank you for watching. I'm Mike Walsh on commentary, saying goodbye from Amelia Park Arena in Westfield. Thank you for joining us here on My Hockey Live. Again, at the end of 4, Lancers won, Cardinals won. This has been a presentation of girls high school hockey on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group.
Yes, it was a tightly contested back and forth affair that saw a 1-1 tie between two of the very top teams in Division 1 MIAA here in Massachusetts. And on the drive back, I got to listen to UMass Lowell's second game against the UMass Amherst Minutemen at Amherst and hoping for another big comeback. Yeah, the less to talk about that, the better. But hey, on Sunday I decided, you know what? Let's stream. Let's do something very, very grandiose. As I streamed the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Seahawks, hoping for a back and forth, tight-knit affair that the Patriots could come out on top and... Man, I'm 1 for 2 on the weekend sports teams I cheer for, aren't I? But no rest for the weary as I was back to work at my full-time job in Watertown, working at a TV station. And then that night in Arlington, I broadcasted a game between the Archbishop Williams Bishops girls hockey team and the Arlington Catholic Cougars. Now let's cut to that game right now.
It's a prime-time Monday night matchup here in Arlington, Massachusetts. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Ed Burns Ice Arena for this MIAA girls ice hockey matchup between the Bishops of Archbishop Williams and the Cougars of Arlington Catholic High School. Mike Walsh on commentary, joined by Jeff Lane on production. We thank you for joining us here on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group. The visiting Bishops come in 9-5-2 with 38 goals scored and 21 goals given up. They come in number 8 in the Division I power rankings. The home team, the Arlington Catholic Cougars, 8-5-2, 29 goals scored, 18 goals against. They are the number 14 team in the Division I power rankings. And we'll come back up to Catherine Lacey. Goes back across to Nolan. Down low to Fleming. Fleming in the middle for a shot to score! Cato Toole, parked down front, will direct it in, and the Bishops have a 1-0 lead. This one comes up to the point. Shot goes just wide. Over to get it, Catherine Lacey. Now this one comes free. Pass across and a score! Mackenzie Lima Tower finally gets the Bishops a breathing room. It's 2-0, and that will do it. So the Bishops, with a big win, a 2-0 win, they will improve to 10-5-2, and the Cougars will drop to 8-6-2. It's time for our Yowie Patrol Player of the Game, presented by Yowie. And this one will go to Cato Toole, number 16, who got the game-winning goal. Her goal, 1-0 on the power play in the first, ended up being the game winner. The second one was given to Mackenzie Lima Tower. So Cato Toole, the captain from Quincy, is our Yowie Patrol Player of the Game, presented by Yowie. And that was number 16 for Quincy, from Quincy. And one of the 3 co-captains, number 16, Cato Toole. And she had a remarkable game, not just offensively, but defensively. Taking a look at the road ahead for these teams, both will be in action Wednesday, February 11th. The Bishops will be hosting Bishop Sting at 5:10. The Cougars will be traveling to Bishop Fien, that game at 4:30. That will do it for us here from the Ed Burns Ice Arena. I want to thank Jeff Lane for all of his continued work here on production. I'm Mike Walsh of commentary. We say good night and stay safe with a potential snow, or more snow, unbelievably, more snow coming in the next couple days. Again, your final score here at the Ed Burns Ice Arena. Bishops 2, Cougars 0. This has been a presentation of girls ice hockey on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group.
A big, big win for the Archbishop Williams Bishops. Easy for me to say 5 times fast. As they came out on top, and I got home late, but happy after another successful gig. A day of rest on Tuesday, but then back to work on Wednesday as I traveled to Burlington again to broadcast the Malden Catholic girls hockey team as they took on the Burlington Red Devils, and goals were aplenty in this one. Let's cut to it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Burlington Ice Palace here in Burlington, Massachusetts for tonight's MIA girls hockey matchup between the visiting Malden Catholic Lancers and the home team, the Burlington Red Devils. Mike Walsh on commentary, joined as always by Kevin Booth on production. We thank you for joining us here on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group. Visiting Lancers come in 6-8-2 and the number 14 team in the Division I power rankings. The Red Devils come in 4-11 and the number 23 team in the Division II power rankings. Won by the Lancers. Back for Olivia Arsenal. Arsenal with a shot. Saved by Brindle. Puck still loose on the side of the net. And a score! And I believe Nevin Stone will get the credit for the goal. No, it's going to be Avery White. Face-off won by Nevin Stone. Callaway Cohen with a shot. High arcing deflection. Kate Reinach will pick it up. She'll pivot. Pass out in front. Return. Mastone. Shot. Puck still loose and Brindle. No, it's in! Nevin Mastone able to sneak one through and the Lancers have a 2-0 lead. Now we'll go back up to the point for a shot that goes just wide. Letting that shot go is Nicolette Griffin. Now Arsenal try to get it free. But Emma Steiner picks up. Pass in the middle, and a shot to score! We'll see who gets credit for it, but either way, the Red Devils have cut this in half. It's 2-1. This one chipped up the ball. Come over to Emerson Keefe. Keefe, shot, took a deflection and in! Emerson Keefe let a shot go from the point, and I believe it hit a Burlington stick. And the MC has restored their 2-goal lead. It's now 3-1. Poole can't find a lane right now. Should go up top to Casey Kelly. Kelly, shot. That one, I think, hit the post and came right back out. Puck still loose and score! Maggie Boudreau will join in on the scoring. And the Lancers have extended their lead to 4-1. Up for Arsenal. Up for Abby Poole. Poole comes in onside. Pass in the middle for a shot from Price and a score. So Julia Price will join the scoring. The 6th different goals scored tonight. At MC with a 5-1 lead. Now Poole. Up for Callaway Cohen. Cohen, shot, deflected, and in! First through the line, I believe, was Abby Poole. So she now has a goal to go along with 2 assists. MC is up 6-1. Fired across, and Burlington might have a 3-on-2 here. Here comes Rihanna Ring. Ring, try to get into the middle. Now backhand, saved by Silva. Puck available, and a shot to score! Sophia Cleary will get the goal, and Burlington has doubled their goal scoring tally. It's now 6-2. White cuts in the middle, and McKenzie took a shot. Now picked up by Pietrzak, and a shot to score! Rose Pietrzak, the 9th different goal scorer tonight. And MC's up 7-2, and that will do it. So the Lancers will come into Burlington with a 7-2 win. It will improve to 7-8-2. Red Devils will drop to 4-12. Again, next up for these teams, both teams will be in action on Saturday. Lancers will host Milton at 12:30. Red Devils will head to play Stoneham and Wilmington at 6. Want to thank Kevin Booth for all his work here on production. Want to say goodnight, everybody. I'm from Mike Walsh on commentary. Again, your final score at the Burlington Ice Palace. Lancers 7, Red Devils 2. This has been a presentation of girls high school hockey on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group.
I know, right? 8 different goal scores in a 7-2 game is absolutely crazy. And I think only one player had multiple assists. So an absolutely crazy explosive offensive game between these two teams. And that wasn't the end of my week. Because the following day, I made the long 9-minute drive across to Medford to broadcast the Malden Catholic boys hockey team this time as they took on a cross-city battle with the Medford High Mustangs, and this one went back and forth and was pretty exciting. So let's show you the action right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LeConte Memorial Skating Rink for this presentation of boys high school hockey in the MIA, presented by My Hockey Live, the Yowie Patrol, and the Always On Media Group. Mike Walsh on commentary. We thank you for joining us here for this matchup. Menace will cut in the middle, kind of working one against the world right now. We'll take it behind the net. Menace on the far side, up for the point, and a shot, a tip, and a score! Shot from the point, might have been tipped in front. And I think Carter Sherrell will get credit for it, and the Mustangs have a 1-0 lead. That one chipped up, picked up by McMaster. Across for Cater. Over for Doe. Doe, across for McMaster, he scores! Brody McMaster on the power play ties the game at 1. Michael Doe makes some moves at the blue line. Doe leaves it for Michelle. Shot, a score! Check it, it's Brody McMaster, his second of the game, and the Lancers right away to start the third have a 2-1 lead. Kevin Cullity across, DiBernardo shot just wide. Hubert off the glass for Tommy DiBernardo. Shot, and a score! Tommy DiBernardo from the point, and the Lancers with 2 straight quickly get a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. This one chipped up. Mark Cataldo Jr. over for Kevin Cullity. Cullity takes it wide, leaves it up for a point. Shot, hit a Lancer in front. Rebound saved by Rudolph, and a score! Josh Hubert on the doorstep, and the Lancers enter right away. It's 4-2. Up at the point, over for DiBernardo. Back across from McMaster. Over for Doe. Shot saved by Rudolph. No, it squeezed through it in. Michael Doe on the power play gets the lead up to 5-2. And that will do it. So the Lancers will head across the city lines and will take a 5-2 win back to Malden. Again, thanks to 2 goals and an assist from our Yowie Patrol player of the game, Brody McMaster. So a game that was 1-1 after 2 exploded in the third, and the Lancers with a big win. We will say goodnight. Want to thank Stephen Strangey and Jared Gallagher for all their work on production. I'm Mike Walsh on commentary saying goodnight. The final score from the LeConte Memorial Ice Rink. Lancers 5, Mustangs 2. You've been watching boys high school hockey on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group.
Now I know what you're thinking. What the heck was that camera angle? Could you see anything? Let's just say this. You have to be willing to adapt in the broadcasting world, and I gotta give a shout out to my 2 producers at My Hockey Live who the LeConte rink in Medford doesn't really have the best setup in terms of video and everything else. So that was the one spot we had, but we made the most of it. And I couldn't do it without the work of my team at My Hockey Live. So thank you to my 2 producers for that. Then on Friday, I decided to take a little bit of a rest and really want to stream. Didn't really want to do any broadcasting gigs and everything else. I just kind of sat at home and relaxed and watched the UMass little hockey team take on Vermont. And then finally, to finish up a very hectic week, I made the trip to Lynn to see the Malden Catholic boys hockey team again take on the St. Mary's Spartans. And this one, well, I'll let the highlights speak for themselves.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Connery Rink here in Lynn, Massachusetts for tonight's presentation of MIA boys hockey between the visiting Lancers of Malden Catholic and the Spartans of St. Mary's High School. Mike Walsh on commentary, joined as always by Jared Gallagher and Alex Sanfilippo on production. We thank you for joining us here on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group. Back up top. Now pass across, shot blocked, rebound and score! Steven Nason, actually, excuse me. It's going to be Colton Carpenter who squeaks it in, and the Spartans on the power play have a 1-0 lead. Now face-off win, and a shot to score! Aiden St. Pierre picks the glove side. The Spartans very quickly have a 2-0 lead. Steven Nason, he got the scoring started. Nason, nice move to get around a shot. And Lay squeezed it, but it's in. Steven Nason with a beautiful move. And the Spartans now are up 3. Jason Avery, wrist shot over the net. Sent back down low. And pass in the middle and a shot to score. Evan Toto will join in on the scoring party, and it's a 4-0 lead for St. Mary's. Puck still loose, and then it squeaks out the far side. Now a shot and a score! Yeah, Evan Toto, with his second straight goal, has a 5-0 lead for the Spartans. Face off to the right of Connor Anderson. This one sent down, and on a spring pattern, here come the Spartans, and on a breakaway. Shot to score! Aiden St. Pierre on the go route. Puts it 5-hole past Rustin. And the Spartans have increased their lead to 6. Right, Cater. Shot just wide. McMaster comes in screaming, and Anderson with a save. Puck loose, and it's in. Mike Michella on the power play will get the Lancers on the board. It's 6-1. That will do it. So, the Spartans with an impressive 6-1 victory over the Lancers. They will improve to 9-8 and get above 500. Lancers will drop to 5-13. Taking a look at next up for these two teams, Lancers will be in action on Monday at senior night against Winchester. That game at 5 o'clock. Spartans' next game will be on Tuesday at 5:30 up at the Olympic Ice Center when they will host the Central Catholic Red Raiders. We will say goodnight. Want to thank Jared Gallagher and Alex Sanfilippo for their job on production. I'm Mike Walsh on commentary. Say one guest, good night. Again, your final score, Spartans 6, Lancers 1. This has been a presentation of boys high school hockey on My Hockey Live, presented by Yowie Patrol and the Always On Media Group.
So there you have it, folks. Yeah, I've been a little bit busy recently, as that was 7 games across 8 days and a whole lot of action in between. But I figured, why not give it to you guys all at once so you can enjoy as best you can. Now, before I let you guys go, I have to ask, please, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of 2026. So we got a couple long few months before we get to that point. But I'm currently at 48 and I'm trying to get to 100. So if you have not done so already, Give a like to the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new videos. That's all the time we have for today. I want to thank you guys for joining me here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I'll see you next time here. Game Time Voice, as always, is the voice of the common sports fan.